Get that out first.
A customer's car, and the trees, the scented trees you hang from your mirror.
Those, I wonder how long those have been around.
Trees for a long time.
Those have been around for a long
Since
time.
the 70s.
Yeah.
There used to be one flavor, just the pine.
The pine.
Pine. Right.
Now there's
like that was a thing.
Now there's dozens. Literally more than 12.
So like lemon pine and intense
No,
pine.
but it's like it's an eyesore because it's like a big thing and it kind of hangs, on your.
Well, you don't have to hang it from your mirror.
Okay.
But most people do.
Yeah, but it's
you can hang it anywhere.
Don't they? If you get a really high-end car wash, they give you one of those, right? That's
the car wash I go to, they give them not those. They give one in the shape of their little caricature. It's every Tuesday.
Oh, like a happy thing or something, like a smiley face.
It's like a water drop.
Yeah. Okay.
Every Tuesday they give them out, but they only last like a day. I put it in the Tahoe, not my car, but the other car. But no, a customer came in the other day, and I'm not lying to you. We counted them, 14.
14 air fresheners?
14 of those trees hanging from his fucking rearview mirror.
Jeez.
So what I'm guessing is...
Was it was it just over the top? Like,
yeah,
did you,
when the windows
vomit?
were down, you could smell it from... They weren't all like, he leaves them up, right? So as it scent kind of fades, he puts a new one up and a new one up, and he just leaves them.
He's a tree scent hoarder.
There's 14 of them, and they're all the same scent. But you're not supposed to take it out of the package completely because it's insanely intense.
I don't get them.
So the instructions are, comes in that plastic, right?
Right.
And what you do is you tear a little bit, and the reason why it's a tree, it's got those levels.
Right.
So it's skinny in the top, and it gets fatter at the bottom, right? So you pull the plastic down into one of those slots, and you just got a little bit exposed, so it's enough.
Oh, then you keep pulling it down and pulling it down?
Yeah, as the scent dissipates, you pull it down and you pull it down. You're not supposed to take it out of the package.
So there's hold on. This is how dumb
Most people do
There's
that.
a goddamn trick to an air freshener.
I didn't know that until
58
just now.
years. 58 years.
I would pull the whole thing out of the package.
Well, that's what most people do, and
complain
it's
about
so
the smell.
goddamn intense.
Complain about the smell.
Yeah, you could choke on it. You could taste it. It's so intense.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. That's why I don't like any of those things. And the lemon one is the worst. The pine is bad. The lemon is the absolute worst smelling thing. I don't know.
Lemon.
The one I got from, and this is a while back, was lemon. They go, what do you want? You want pine or whatever? I said, I'll just take that circle.
Oh, from the car wash, right? Yeah.
And it's lemon. I don't know who thought it was lemon, and I don't know in what world someone went, yeah, lemon. Yeah, that's what this is. This smells just like lemon. Did you use any lemon in it? No. Just chemicals. But
what does it smell like?
Kind of like if an ass had a problem, and then they made that a scent.
Ted has one in his car. I think it's called Dirty Hobo Hair, right?
No, it's called Shitty Old Car.
No, hobo. I think it's called Hobo Hair.
Wait, Teddy, is that just the way your car smells? Is it just shitty old car?
I got the Victory Auto Wrecker scented candle in there. Scented.
Yeah, Ted burns candles in his car while he drives. Scented candles.
Well, it's funny because I actually do have scented candles, and I enjoy them from time to time. But now that I've had this conversation with you guys, I'm thinking about just getting rid of all of them.
Oh yeah, that scented candles are bad.
Yeah,
they're really bad.
But everything,
some of them there are a lot now because it's come out in the last 10 years, whatever.
Right.
A lot of companies are using soy. So it's a soy-based candle.
I've seen those.
So it's soy, and they're really scented, and they're pretty good, like Whole Foods has them. But, dude, I'm going to tell you something. A candle that is pretty small, smells really good, it's soy-based, all this shit, right? It's like $40 fucking. I was going to buy them.
For a candle?
Yes, I'm not joking.
Are we talking post or pre-tariff?
Man, these are probably some hippies making them, and here. They're not being shipped
in a commune.
No.
Listen, by the way, I've never seen a hippie commune. Do they still have them? Because I would like to go visit one.
No, there's my cousin lived in one. I told you my cousin lived in one.
But I think I would like to live in a hippie commune.
I think it's called.
You would not.
I would not like to live in a hippie commune.
I'm going to tell you right now. There's a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Like there's a head hippie.
Yeah, that's me.
And they all have
How can I not be the head hippie?
It's basically almost like a cult.
Yeah, it is a cult.
They have these rules in order to be.
You're not disselling it to me.
They have all these rules, and you have to follow the rules. And this is the kicker. This is the best part.
That's kind of bullshit. Isn't a hippie cult not supposed to have rules?
That's why this is like a cult. They call it like a commune, right? But there's like this one guy that started it, and he's like in his late 30s, and everyone else is in their early 20s. Some of them are even like 20, and they have already married, and they have a kid. So there's families and there's single people. Community showers. That's the guy in charge.
Communal showers, yeah.
Communal showers.
I've
So my cousin was telling me, I'm like, wait a minute. So you're in there, and there's like guys in there showering. Yeah. It's just one. Okay.
You know what? I think I kind of like the concept.
That guy's in charge.
And
he's impregnating everybody.
I was just going to say,
and I'm not joking. He has. It's like
hippie communist code for the guy whoever founded it gets to have sex with all your wife or your girlfriend.
Well, he's the one that goes to town and brings them. Hey, come live with us.
And then at the very end, if the shit breaks bad, it's like the aliens are coming to take us away, so we have to take this phenobarbital pudding, like Heaven's Gate.
Well, it's not that extreme.
I know, but it all leads to that eventually.
Eventually,
if they're not, if you're not doing anything crazy insane,
they take your money. They take all your money.
Yeah.
They pull all your money.
Oh, okay, but I feel like
everyone has
smarter
a job
than that. I would be like, don't have any money.
It's kind of like picture them as
and a pretty hard sex.
No,
addiction.
they go to work. Like most of the women have jobs and the guys don't.
Yeah.
And they go, and so
and you're not unselling this to me.
So listen, they have to turn in all their money to this guy.
They have full-time jobs, and their part-time job is to wax the carrot of the head hippie as their other part-time job.
Oh yeah, they do. They do plant carrots too.
They have their own vegetable garden.
I believe Ted's carrot was a euphemism for wiener.
We heard Ted's carrot story the other day.
Yeah, no.
Wait, there's helmet buffing, there's carrot waxing. I mean, we can go on and on with this.
I am completely disinterested in any story where Ted talks about a carrot and turns it into a wiener. Yeah, I have no interest. Ooh, yeah, yeah. No, I don't know. I just thought it would be okay. So it's not as much fun. Could I visit one and just see what it's like?
I'd visit one for almost like a Airbnb type experience. Just like stay there for like 2 days. Just like
you can find it on Verbal.
Hippie B&B.
No, you know what it's like? It's like
I like that.
Okay, so you know how they have like Navy SEAL training? So they have like corporate events where people can train like a Navy SEAL, but you're not going to be a Navy SEAL. So they give you just a little smattering of what it's like to train like one, but it's not as intense as that. So that's kind of like.
You could train to be the head hippie.
No, you
just go around.
You could go to
having sex with people.
Candidate school.
But you can't.
You can go to officer candidate school.
Right, but I'm saying like it's just a normal, like an everyday person who wants to just experience what it's like to say like train as a Navy SEAL. There's guys who are ex-Navy SEAL or ex-military.
Hippie for a day. That's what we would call it.
You wouldn't never be the head hippie. You would just be in the lower hierarchy. So you would be like what it feels like to be subjugated by the head hippie.
Ted's waxing
and have all your property and all your property too.
All right, that sounds awfully dangerous. Okay, so we're going to do something a little bit different. Our guest is already here, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to introduce her right away and get to her, and then we'll do all of our regular stuff afterwards because she is in what do we call it? Across the pond. Do people in England even like that? I wonder if they even care about that.
Well, they're the ones that say it.
Oh, they say it? Yeah. Oh, so am I appropriating their?
We don't say it. They say it.
Oh, okay.
We're the ones across the pond.
We are the ones across the pond. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's cool. I guess I can live with that.
Do we stand corrected on that?
Yeah, we are across the pond. All right. So
Tianyi.
Tianyi. Does it get old after people say like you're from across the pond? Is that just like an old phrase that nobody uses anymore?
I guess. And since English is actually my second language, I have no idea what that phrase comes from, actually. Yes.
Well, you know what? We act like English is our second language, so we will get along perfectly. Yeah, everything will make sense. Everything will absolutely make sense. Okay, so let's see. I can do all this stuff. You know what? I'll save the introduction. Everybody knows this is the Real Three Idiots podcast. They don't have to know. I don't have to tell them.
No
right?
introductions needed.
Yeah, they know it's National Guacamole Day. I don't have to tell them that either. Everybody knows that. All right, so our guest this week is Tianyi Zhang from Oxford University. She is an expert on sensory marketing and consumer behavior. Tianyi, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me here.
Welcome.
Oh, no, it was, so I found a couple of your articles online, and I was just absolutely blown away by, the concept of scent marketing, because I guess I knew it existed, but I never really thought about it, okay? So I'm going to give you some info on her. She is a PhD candidate in tell me if I get this stuff right. If anything I get wrong, you let me know. Cross-modal perception applied in consumer psychology. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm in this field, although the field is actually called experimental psychology. So it's a PhD program in experimental psychology, basically.
Okay, yeah. And your research specializes in multisensory experiences and sensory marketing with
Yes,
publications,
exactly.
okay, in consumer behavior in the fields of food and cosmetics.
Yes.
Listen, this is the first time I've gotten this far without anybody correcting me. Okay. You have been on CBC Radio, Fox Communications, actually all sorts of different things at a lot of high profile places. And I always wonder about this whenever we have someone really intelligent on the show. I always think to myself, why are they talking to us? So Tianyi, and I got to ask this time, when I send you something that says be on the Real Three Idiots podcast, what's the first thing that runs through your head?
It will be difficult to share on LinkedIn. I'm kidding.
Oh, by the way,
yeah, I'm kidding.
Cursing and anything else is allowed here. You can do pretty much anything you want here, so don't feel free. All right, so when you're doing and to let everybody kind of know how it works, when you're at a party and people are talking and people ask you what you do and you're trying to impress them, how do you say it in a way that doesn't kind of overwhelm them? What do you tell people you do and how you do it?
In a party? In a party, I never say I study sensory marketing. I would just say I study psychology. And then the usual responses that I will get from people is that, oh, so you can read people's mind. Yeah. And then yeah. So when I was a fresh psychology student, I would usually explain to them, no, I actually do psychology studies, psychology research. We just study how people behave, etc. But now what I said is that, yes, I can actually. So would you like to draw me a tree? So then I would do tree reading for people and then, tell them about themselves. So because you put a context in a party. So that's how I would react. I wouldn't say that I do sensory marketing and then people are like, whoa, so you're going to teach me a lesson. And especially if people know that I'm from Oxford and they're like, okay, tell me about you. I don't like that. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, so because that's pretty impressive to me, is that you're from Oxford. I mean, that's kind of like saying Harvard, right? I know in America we say, everybody tells you if they went to Harvard. When you're in England, when you say Oxford, everybody's just like, oh, she's from Oxford. Is that how that works?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, she's from Oxford. She must be boring.
Isn't
yeah.
Isn't Oxford University like older than I heard? It's like 500. It's like hundreds of years old. It's actually a lot older than you think. It was founded like
it's almost 1,000 years.
1,000 years, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,000 years. Yep. And
okay, that in itself, you know what? I mean, I barely got into a college that was like, I don't know, a couple of decades old, and they barely let me in. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, so let's get down to it. Sensory marketing, all right, is where people use, and companies and people and different things use smells to get you to do things. Does that sound right?
You were saying sensory marketing,
Yeah.
but then you get down to smell. So sensory marketing actually includes all 5 different types of senses, but smell is part of it. Yeah, which is not researched that much.
And okay, so that's kind of where your focus is on the olfactory, on the smell, right?
It's part of my focus. Yes, correct.
All right, and from what I understand, when you smell something, and I'm probably explaining this in a really stupid way, but it kind of skips through and immediately goes to your brain, as opposed to when you're tasting or when you're seeing things. So it's more of a direct way to get to people. Is that kind of how it works so well?
People wish, but then the thing is, it depends on whether you can recognize the smell or not. Because sometimes when people smell something, they would directly say, oh, it's coffee. I would like to get a coffee. Then that's what you wish people would get. However, there are also that kind of like brands that would use artificial smells or a combination of different smells. Then it's very hard to tell what they are selling. Then you get confused and then you don't like the smell maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so we probably don't even know this, and you've done a lot of research. Are we getting this everywhere? I mean, does everybody know this, and they're hitting us with all this sensory marketing that we don't even know or even see or can't tell it's happening?
Yeah, it's basically everywhere because senses is the way that humans actually get to feel the world. We start from sensory learning when we were babies. So basically, sensory marketing is using every channel of our senses to reach you. So like in the beginning, people start from visual designs to reach people, and then that got a lot research, and then people moved to sound marketing, like using auditory branding, for example. If you hear like the opening turn on sound for MacBook, you know that it's a MacBook. That is a kind of auditory branding. And then it is researched a lot, and then people now are moving to other fields like haptic branding and also scent branding or scent marketing,
So,
whatever you like to call it.
so haptic meaning touch.
Yes.
So if I'm buying something, I'm thinking of all the ways marketing companies trick me.
It's more like texture. It's more like texture.
Okay, so does that make a difference? I mean, if I'm smart and I have a cereal box, if I change the way my cereal box feels, is that a way to get people to buy more cereal?
It is a way to target certain customer, definitely. So let's say, for example, now there are more environmentally friendly products, then you can use more cardboard filling textures to tell people that you're more using like recyclable materials for your packaging, for example. And that is also like the kind of message that I can use in scent marketing, smell marketing. Like, for example, if I want to say that my medicine is healthy for you, then what I can do is that I can add the smell of the herbs to the pills, but the smell of herbs is not necessary in there, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm. But I'm sure there's enough in there that little bit's going to help.
It depends. So the thing is, it depends on the ingredients. So if the ingredients actually include herbs, then yeah, probably the ingredient itself carry that smell. But sometimes a lot of those ingredients, they're actually chemical based, but still they would add that kind of smell to it. So it's more like, for example, washing liquids. You don't necessarily need the smell of, I don't know, whatever fragrance that the brands add to the washing liquids. But people would like that smell because then you will smell that kind of cleanliness. It's more like an indicator. So that's how scent marketing or scent branding is actually used. Yeah.
Well, that's how silly we are, because we think if something the stronger the scent, the cleaner it is.
Yeah,
And
it's actually true.
yeah,
It's actually true.
Yeah.
Pine Sol.
Yeah. So I have a question. Is one of the first like sensory driven like marketing ideas, was it like window displays? Like would that be, that's considered like a visual sensory, right? Window displays like in department stores a long time
Yeah,
ago.
that would be one case, of course. And also like this thing that you just mentioned, like for example, the strength of smell, it has been tested in visuals. So like the stronger or the more intense the color looks, you think that its potency is actually stronger.
Right.
There's a recent study that just got published in the journal Psychology and Marketing, if people are interested. Yeah.
Okay, so everything that's you're talking about is ways for people to trick us into thinking that something is better than it is, right?
You could put it that way. Yeah.
Okay, so
Because if people know, because you're saying that the word tricked, right? So it's more like if I know that you're going to believe that the color intensity or the hue is going to actually indicate how strong you feel the component is, then of course I'm going to use that to let you feel that way.
Yeah. So maybe the
Or
words.
I can use it to communicate to you that my product is actually good.
So the word's
So
not.
it's more about communication.
Yeah, it's not, the word's not trick. The word's like induce you to buy. It's more of an, induces you, more like pushes you over the edge to buy that product because it has a stronger, like I said, scent component to it versus product, your product A versus product B. So
Exactly.
So the consumer would be more likely to buy your product because of just the visual or the scent based component to it.
Yeah,
perhaps.
because it catches you and then it makes you feel like the product is working better than others. Because you don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the sensory cues that people can use to trick you. Yes, exactly.
So what product out there exists where they're using the sensor, the touch sense, like something that feels good?
The touch, it's not like that directly, but in a lot of the luxurious stores, what they would usually do is that they would display those high-end products on a very fur-like textures
Oh, sure.
when they
Okay.
displayed it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Like a
So
velvet
they
pillow.
all together give you the feeling of expensiveness.
Yeah, sort of like jewelry, right? If it's in like a velvet box and you could feel that and touch
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I got
It's
it.
more like when people give you like a gift, you already
Yeah.
feel the velvet when you
Sure.
have it. Yes.
Okay, so I read an article. A woman who's in your field. She's a CEO of some scent marketing company. She said she went downtown in Chicago and she went shopping, but she wasn't necessarily shopping. She was really going to the stores and smelling. Okay. And she said
Okay.
that she had walked into three types of stores, kind of a low end store, a mid end store, and a luxury store. And she said that right away with her, kind of because she has the expertise, probably the same kind of thing you have, is that she noticed that the cheaper stores smelled cheap. The middle stores, a few of them did some things to enhance the scent branding or the scent marketing they had. But she said in the high end stores, they had everything going. They had all five senses working, especially that scent thing working, where it just seemed nicer. When we're doing that, I mean, if you're talking to people or people are doing this, I mean, wouldn't it make sense for these cheaper stores to kind of work that way, just to kind of get us to think that things were nicer?
I do have an example. So if you think about the purpose of low end, or let's say public fashion or public stores, and also those high end stores, the high end stores, they want to give you what?
They want to make
Are
you
they
feel.
going to
They want to give you a buying experience. That's what they want to give you.
experience? Exactly. Exactly. So it's more about the buying experience themselves. While for those fast fashion stores, as you can imagine, they want people to do what?
In and out?
Yes, exactly. They want people to get their stuff, pay, and leave.
Is that why the Dollar
as-
General smells like kitty litter? When you walk into Dollar General, it smells like kitty litter.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Five and Below.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So in case you don't know, because we're talking about a store in
Yeah.
America, do you
In
guys have a
America, yeah,
dollar? Do you guys
totally.
have a dollar store? We have stores that literally. I think now I don't know if everything's still
We
a
have
dollar.
things like Poundland.
Okay.
It's probably
Okay.
similar.
Similar, yeah.
Poundland.
Yeah.
Public.
Okay, and they're not doing anything because I didn't even think of that. They're not doing anything because they want you in and out. They want you to buy. They want you to get out. And
Yeah.
Well, plus they don't have to
And
because they're
and
catering.
like even sorry,
go
I
ahead.
can't hear you very clearly,
That's
so
okay.
I sometimes cut you off.
I'm
no,
just,
that's
I'm
right.
just babbling. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
We don't want to hear Ted. We want to hear you.
So that's why if you go to some of those fast fashion stores, you will hear like really fast-paced music, and it's usually those popular musics because it has been shown that if you listen to those fast-paced music, you're going to have more increased what is that word, that you just want to you buy things intuitively.
Okay.
So let's say you don't think too much before you make the buying decision with that kind of background music. While with those experience store that you guys were talking about and getting the whole buying experience point, is that they want you to have you a very good, maybe even curing and having a better emotion after coming out of those luxurious stores. So that's why all the five senses are actually well designed, and they use those smells. It's a bit difficult. Nobody has ever defined what is a smell of luxurious, actually. But usually it is those things that are a bit more calming, and they play more classical music, those kind of like expensive music things. And also the whole lighting is a bit dimmer. So you feel like you're inside something and then you're out of the whole world. So it's not just about the smell itself. Yeah.
You know what smells like success? Mahogany or Seder.
Oh yes,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's. I actually was thinking about that. So, all right. So, if we're talking about the smell concept of this, because that was the one that really threw me off. I know magazines, and you are probably far too young to remember this, but in magazines we used to have like a scratch and smell kind of thing, or like a smell thing where you open it up and you would get a perfume or a cologne or something. If that's it kind of went away. Is that something that I mean, I know magazines, are
I think
still
they still
barely
have it,
here, but
yeah.
but is that something that could come back, and that because they started that so long ago, and it seems like they were onto something, and then they kind of lost it.
Mm, yeah, it's probably another. People are actually trying to get it back because people are actually researching a lot of how to bring smell to people digitally or with those VR headsets. Because now people don't read magazines that much as the past, as I guess. So then that's why people are trying to do this digitally. So then we can send out those smell signals even
Well,
with digital
yeah, I
magazines.
mean, whenever I open a text from Ted, it always stinks.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my
His
God.
emails, his text
It's a
Okay.
two.
messages.
It's a two drink. It's a
It's
two
very
drink.
foul.
It's a 2 drink minimum, by the way.
All right,
And he's here all
Tiani,
day.
how did this start? When did especially the scent thing? When did this when did the people start putting this together? Like, when did this whole thing start? Like, history wise, because I was looking at it and they were talking about casinos because casinos smelled so bad that they started to use that kind of thing to get people, because there's all the smoking and stuff, to get people to relax and stay there
Stay.
and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Is that kind of when the whole thing kind of started?
I'm not too sure about other field. I'm more familiar with the food research area.
Okay.
So, like with the food, is especially like in the beginning, people would like to know how I can actually get people to stay in the store and spend more. And I think one of the earlier research that I remember is not like a research that's carried out in the lab. It's more like a field study. It was by McDonald's. So in the very early 2000s, they were trying to see like what kind of scent they can use to actually attract people to buy more fast food. It's not that ethical, but back in the time of 2000s. So what I find out is actually if you have fruit, but I mean like apple, for example, fruit scent in the store, then people tend to be able to take in more fat-based food. It's because this overwhelming explosion of all those tastes that's coming from fat can actually get eaten by smelling fresh smells. Yeah.
So is that why they had those terrible pie things, those cherry and apple pies? Because they tasted like crap. That was just there to trick us into buying more hamburgers?
That could be true because a lot of the stores, if you actually smell those, for example, the bread making smells, they actually a lot of them are artificial, and a lot of them they just use those smells to allure you there. That's why cinnamon bun always keep heating up their cinnamon buns. So they have a buns that's always for heating up. It's just to make sure that the buns always smell fresh and the smell is always spreading as far as it can to lure people in.
I always wondered about that. Plus, Auntie M's pretzel place. They always have the pretzel smell, like the fresh baked pretzels with the cinnamon
Yes,
pretzels. Yeah.
but they can't be baking pretzels all the time
Right.
because they always have something that's just for keeping the smell there.
Well,
Yes.
that's a trick that a lot of realtors use in America for open houses when they're selling a house. They'll they'll bake cookies so the house smells very comfortable, like
Oh,
fresh-
really?
yeah, like
Okay,
chocolate
that's
chip
interesting.
cookies. It's an old trick, yeah. So the whole house, so when you walk in, you just
Yeah.
get that beautiful smell of fresh baked like chocolate chip cookies, and it's warm and it makes you want to stay and come in, and it's welcoming, right?
Feel cozy.
Cozy,
Ah,
yep.
I see.
And ignore the mold
Yeah,
in the
interesting.
ignore the mold in the basement and the roof.
Right, it takes away
Trestles
all the
there,
other.
yeah. Yeah.
All right, so one of the things I saw on YouTube a thing about they had a blank billboard about 10 by 6, and they were pumping McDonald's smell, French fry smell there. And I noticed when I was reading through one of your articles, you were talking about billboards with smells built into them. Are those as effective as they would seem? Because everybody who walked by seemed to know. I mean, I don't eat at McDonald's, but I know what a McDonald's smells like when I drive by. Are those as effective at getting people to, want something as it seems?
I can't say anything because that was not my research, and also it was not a real lab study. But if you think about it, at least it's going to attract you to the billboard because you're like, wait, the billboard can't smell what is going on, and then you look at the billboard. So that is more like the thing how it is going on there. Yeah.
All right, that is, and the other thing I saw when I was reading through one of it is that Starbucks was making paninis,
Oh yeah,
and the
that one I
paninis,
mentioned to several interviews.
yeah,
Yes.
and the paninis didn't smell right. It made the Starbucks smell poor, and then they stopped for like 6 months until they could get it right. Does that happen a lot, like with things that we don't even notice?
Yeah, definitely. So that one was because coffee, but they also want to sell food because that just increase people's
Right.
selection. But the thing is, if you have too much sauce in the panini, then when it get heated up, the smell is going to cover the smell of coffee. So that's originally why this study found out, because they find out that the sales of coffee is actually dropped. So yes, so there is this kind of like trade-offs between smells. I'm not sure if all people would always notice that. I'm not sure if do you guys know that brand that's called it's a very famous one second. Very famous British brand that always sell those very strong smell stuff. If you pass the store, you will know that whether there's the store in there.
Oh.
Lush. Yes.
Wait, what is it called?
Lush.
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 Is that like what kind of stuff do they sell?
All like all kind of for example, like for washing hair, for masks, so
Oh,
like
okay,
all
yeah.
kind of daily care.
Sure.
Yes.
Like
So it's a
like
British thing.
hygiene products with soap.
Yeah,
and
we're three guys.
shampoo.
We're
like a
three
bed-
guys in our
Yes.
50s.
No, we have Bed Bath and
Bed
Beyond.
Bath
Yeah,
and Beyond, which
yeah.
is bankrupt, by the way.
No, but
Yes.
I mean, we put very minimal effort. I'm assuming that these guys put as very minimal effort into their scent or look.
Everything's
as
body
we
wash.
possibly
Everything's
can.
body wash now. You just take one squirt on your head, you just work your way down. Yeah, there's no shampoo.
So is it okay? So when you talk about something like that, is this stuff marketed towards specific people, or are there people that are more likely to? I'm trying to think. Like, is there an age group or sex or a region that's more likely to be? I don't want to say susceptible because we're not using that, but is more likely to be swayed by this kind of stuff than other people?
Yeah, I mean, like definitely. For example, one thing would be like whether you are sensitive to smell itself would be something that because if you test your function of smell, especially after the pandemic time, then a lot of people they actually have a loss of smell. But anyway, so first thing is you're sensitive to sensitivity to smell. And then the second thing is, so in my review paper that I have summarized, one of the key point is it's more like an inborn genetic thing. Some people they're just more sensitive to smell,
Sure.
and then yes, and then they will feel tricked by the fat component that's actually indicated by smell.
Okay,
So there are those kind of like differences. So some of those people they get more easily to be tricked by those sensory marketing. Yes.
So as I was looking through, I was doing a little research. It seemed that some of the research I found that women were a little bit more likely to be swayed by the smell concept, and women and younger people. Is that just because they pay attention? Because I know as I get older, I don't pay attention to anything, and it's kind of like all past me. Is that kind of seem accurate, or was that kind of just something I found and the internet's wrong again?
I'm not sure where you found it, but the thing is, in smell research, a lot of people they would assume that there is a different ability of smell from women and men. And that's why a lot of the research, they only select women because we usually have limited funding for recruiting people. So then to decrease the heterogeneity within the group, we usually just limit it to one gender. So a lot of the research, they're only conducted on women. So we can't make sure whether it is only because that we always strengthen the focus of smell from women, or it is actually there's a gender difference.
So I have a question. So do you do any age-based research? Because studies have shown that as people get older, you develop more of a taste for bitterness. That's actually like a real study. Yeah. So is it? Do you do age-based studies as well as gender-based studies to market to certain demographics based on their age versus gender? based
I
on.
wish that I would. And actually, like in a week, I'll be doing a research in London Harrods together with a perfume company, and we are going to compare different age groups. So we are going to have like a very young group, potential consumers, and then also people over 55, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you
Um,
this: the people over 55, be ready. They're going to be a little crankier. Okay, you're going to talk slightly too fast. Okay, and some of that stuff is just going to be too darn hard to understand.
And
Yeah.
you're too loud, they're going to need a nap.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, and have cots because they will definitely need naps.
She said 55, not 85.
55 is the new 85 mark.
Yeah. So one year I was in Germany. I was in Dresden. So they have this smell and taste clinic there in one of their most famous university in Dresden. The thing is, people do decrease their ability of smell as the age increase. However, if you do notice, there's a very obvious decrease of smell ability that is actually an indicator of a possibility of getting Parkinson's disease. So it is a good way of keeping track.
Wow.
Hold on. So do you drop that little number on people? We go, I don't think it smells like much. You probably have Parkinson's, ma'am. Okay, next. Is that how you do that?
No way.
No, it's more like a development thing, and I think at least I forgot about the number, but it is a significant predictor. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
All right, now
Anyway.
I'm going to make a concerted effort to make sure that I'm smelling everything, and it's so obvious to me. So I'm not doing that. Okay, so last year you went to, and I didn't realize they have this. The smell folks have a conference every year, right? Called, I think it's called Eurosense. Is that what I'm?
It's not just for smell; it's for every sense.
Oh, all the different scents. Okay, so
yes, that's why it's called Eurosense.
Okay, okay.
It's not called Euroscent; it's called Eurosense.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I obviously have Parkinson's. Okay, thank you very much. No, so you went last year. You went last year. And when you go there and you're meeting all these people and you're doing all these things, is there did you find anything that kind of blew your mind, or things that you didn't even know existed that maybe we want to know about that can kind of help us kind of think about how we're living our lives?
How we are living our lives, that's another layer. But I did think of something interesting that
Okay.
So there was a lot of researchers from different areas of the world, from the United States as well, but there was a lot of people from Japan. They always do those really niche but really interesting research. So I think there was one study that they were actually trying to tell whether you like that scent or not, but by just telling the temperature of your nasal skin. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was something interesting. I mean, like I always have to ask people, do you like that smell or not? Or are you enjoying the smell or not? But they can actually tell that from your nasal skin, which was fun. Yeah.
Wow. So it just this is what's blowing my mind. And again, when I was reading your stuff and I was going through all this stuff, I was just thinking about how all the different smells affect us. And then I started getting into some research, and there's actually research into how smells would help you cover from sports injuries, and how it can make you feel, obviously, I mean, we kind of think about this, but smells to make you feel, kind of sexy, keep people in the mood, right? To keep you wanting to buy things, wanting you to stay, wanting you to leave.
Isn't that called pheromones?
Well, I mean, pheromones are what we give off. We're talking about, when we're doing this, we're talking about artificial smells, right?
Sure. You can replicate
Well,
pheromones.
natural smells too, that have healing properties, right?
Yeah. I mean, is that part of anything, that you've
Body odor?
Yeah.
Yes. So I myself did not do anything, but then that smell and taste lab that I mentioned, they actually had a study on. So you can actually tell whether people have disease by smelling their body odor.
What?
Yeah, I've heard that's a
yeah.
real thing. That's a real thing.
Wait, so hold on. So when you're doing that, you can, or people can tell if you're sick just by the way you smell?
Yeah, dogs are trained to smell cancer, to smell imbalance in sugar, like diabetics. Some have a.
That's why some animals can predict if you might be close to death because you give off a certain odor that maybe the animal can pick up and you can't.
How am I the only one in this group right now out of 4 of us that doesn't know this?
Because you're an idiot.
So smell
obvious,
carry a
it's
lot of
obvious, it's
information.
obvious.
Oh my
That
God.
is why scent marketing is becoming a thing. Yes.
Oh my God, that is so insane. Okay, so let's say that we know all this is happening, and we don't want to be taken. How do we figure out, like, when we walk in, what are some things we need to recognize if we walk into a store and we don't want to be fooled into spending more money, or we don't want to be rushed out? What are some things that we can notice right away that they're doing to us, and then we can kind of see, or smell, or hear, or taste?
Yeah, I mean, at least some of the thing is usually it is not harmful to you. So whether you realize it or not, it really doesn't matter that much. But at least
Said the woman
at
who's going to
least
try to get a job very soon at a large company. Okay, we won't play this one. Tianyi, we won't play this one at all. You can just don't,
the other thing is, so at least you can see some of the things once you know, you will realize. So that might help. For example, in the big, those kind of grocery stores, usually, at least in UK, they will put the bakery section at the very end of the grocery store because you will smell it and then you get attracted by it and then you walk all the way down to the end. But sometimes maybe you're just there to grab a quick drink. So that's how to kind of the trick. And then the other thing is some of the smells, it would add to the price label, but maybe you will need to ask yourself whether I do want to pay for that fragrance experience. Yeah.
I will tell
So
you.
it's more like, yeah.
I will say
Please.
there's something it's new to us here. I would say in the last like 5 to 6 years, in America, specifically in the Midwest, like Chicago, there's all these car washes, automatic car washes popping up all over the place, and they're sensory driven. So when you're in your car, you have your windows up, you're going through the automated wash, and once you get in there, all the lights are going. The soap is like lit up by lights. It's different color soaps, right? And you could smell the soap. The soap has a scent, like a very pleasant, sweet, fruity smell to it, like almost like a grape or a strawberry. So you can see the different colors. All the soaps are different colors. There's lights going on, and you could smell everything as you go through the car wash. And it just makes you want to come back every time. Matt, does your car wash do that?
I wash my car by hand because I'm cool.
You just told us about the car wash you go to with the.
No lights. There's no lights.
There's no lights.
It's very generic.
All the new car washes have. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, you never washed your car before.
All right,
I don't
no,
know.
I do have a
Ted has a
question.
terrible car.
Go ahead.
I let the rain wash it.
Do you feel like your car gets cleaner in those kind of car wash?
Me personally, no.
Is that the reason that you always go back, or you were just having fun with all those?
I
lights?
go back. No, I go back.
He's extremely simple, Tiana. You won.
Yeah.
You got it.
I go back because it's easy and quick. I don't have all the time. Like I work for a living. Matt doesn't, so I don't have time to spend an hour washing my car. So I go there for the ease of it. I'm in kind of like the car industry repair, so I know what it does and what it doesn't do. But for me, it's good enough. For some people that are real, like that there's half the people are very sensitive about their cars, so they won't take it there because it doesn't do a good enough job.
Don.
And other people just don't care. So
Okay.
and there's so many people that just don't care that they'll go there, and it's a pleasant experience. I'm telling you, I mean, you need to go, Matt.
And I would be super interesting if they're not changing the smells together with all the lights and different colors of the bubbles, then whether it does the same thing to you. That would be so interesting to research actually. But
Yeah.
I sense.
that's something new. We don't have that in Europe. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You guys don't have car washes in Europe?
No, she's talking about like the ones like I described.
Oh, like fancy kick-ass arcade ones. It's like, you know what, Tiana, it's like
I've
we
taken
used to
videos.
we used to go to arcades when we were kids. We didn't have Xboxes, right? So we had to go to an arcade which is all the video games and throw quarters.
So you
in.
have like all those machines.
Yes, and all the lights and all that stuff, and that was the thing that attracted us, and that made us, it was helped to make us very simple. And so now those things kind of, when they come back, they kind of remind us of that. Right. They really do.
That's interesting because in the future we want to target, like the market that's for the older generation. Should I phrase it that way?
Old people, yes.
So I now get some inspirations actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, old people are very easily distracted by shiny baubles in the distance. That's all you need. Just
You know what? If you ever need help with that, I'd like to think that I'm a chump. I'm a chump. I will get fooled by everything. So I'm the guy that, like, if it's too obvious to me, then it's probably not going to work. Right. It's probably not going to work at all. Yeah. All right.
Or if it gets so obvious that all the senses are being tripped, yes, then maybe it works.
You're like patient zero.
I could be the zombie guy, right? It's like, all right, that's the guy right there. All right, so I'm going to ask you one thing that has nothing to do with scent and why you're here, but I was reading through some of your articles, and hopefully you were part of this one. Did you write an article about levels of drunkenness and how people perceive food? Was that one of your I was looking at this, like I can't find where the info was, but I was looking at on Google Scholar, and you were it seemed like you were part author of something where you talked about how,
I see.
Yes.
I know which one you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you just explain that really quick? Because I just want to make sure I'm talking about the right thing, because it seemed like the coolest thing. And if you ever do one in America, I'm in.
It's a taste study. So basically what we are seeing is that you're in different micro states when you drink a different intensity of alcohol.
Okay.
Basically. Yes. So I think it was in phase 1 and A and B, meaning that you're drinking things that are as much as wine or less than that. Then you're more in a state that you will feel your sensory experience gets strengthened, for example. However, once you're over that, then your memory gets distorted, if I remember it correctly. So that's just like we compare how you drink a different concentration of the alcohol and how it's going to change your microstates in your brain, basically.
Okay, so if I drink more, do things taste better or worse? That's really what I want to know.
No, you're indifferent.
I'm indifferent.
You get the munchies.
I don't. So wait, if I drink more, I don't care.
No, see,
everything tastes good.
I'll give you an example. I remember a long time ago, I went out with a group of friends, and it was a special occasion, and we knew somebody at the restaurant. It was Bob Chin's. Matt, you know Bob Chin's. It's a famous seafood crab legs here, and it's very expensive. But we knew somebody that worked there, and oftentimes when you go, you have to wait a really long time for your table. And they have a drink called a Mai Tai. So it's like a rum-based drink. And the friend was working there, and we were waiting for our table for almost 2 hours, and she was just giving us pictures of Mai Tais. And by the time we got set,
2 hours.
Oh, no, yeah.
Not a good friend.
Tianyi,
that's called a bad friend. You don't want friends like that.
By the time we sat down, we were so drunk that we could have eaten anything. You know what I mean? We wasted.
Yeah.
We were ordering crab legs and everything, but it didn't matter because we could have had McDonald's at that point. We were so inebriated that, and we spent all this money on food, we could not appreciate it. We would have eaten anything.
So
were the drinks for free?
Yeah, she was giving. Yeah, that was the problem.
Wait a minute,
that was the problem. No, seriously,
I love that because that's spoken like a real college student, where the drink's free.
Yeah, because if the Mai Tai drinks were pretty expensive, so we were younger. So if we were buying our own drinks, we might have only had one or two. But she was bringing us pitchers for free.
Yeah, you were probably in micro state.
Yes.
Yeah, you were in DEFCON 1. DEFCON 1 inebriation. That's called global thermonuclear war.
We just had the garlic rolls and left.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Tianyi, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Oh, man. Hey, good luck.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, good luck with everything. And if you ever do any studies in America and you want to come to Chicago, we can be the cranky old guys. We can be the happy old guys. Yeah, whatever you need. Yeah, we can do that for you.
Thank you very much. And I think I do get some inspirations tonight as well. So yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Nice.
All right.
Thanks so much, Tianyi. Good luck, and we appreciate
Have
it
a
so
good
much.
rest of the
Bye.
day. Bye
All right,
bye.
you too.
Bye now.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
So before I forget, I actually saw this the other day. So they were talking to a golf expert retailer, and they were asking him questions about like old equipment versus new equipment in the marketing, because marketing's a big thing with golf.
Right.
And so they asked him, they said, "What's the most important thing about a golf shaft when you make a golf shaft?" And you know what they said? The color. So you could basically take a shaft that they settle for like $600 or like a $40 shaft, slap a new color on it, rebrand it as like a $400 shaft because it's a cool
That's
color.
what they're doing with golf balls too, sucker.
Yeah, I mean that's
Like the whole Vice golf ball thing, dude.
Dude, Vice is the best. What are you
There are
talking about?
so many different colors. Now they have this one. It's a beer. Do you see it?
I saw the bear one.
Ooh.
Yeah, the beer.
Sorry.
Whenever you say beer on the air, it sounds like
Beer.
you're saying bear.
I know. I get that. I get that from everybody in my family. I don't need it from you. Okay, so don't need it.
You got it.
Don't need it.
I'm here. You're getting
Okay,
it.
don't need it.
What was the word? Beer?
Beer,
Color?
bear,
Beer?
and
Deer.
beer.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I got that. Yeah, I got that the other day. I'm not interested. Okay, but just to give you one more thing on the air freshener on scent thing, I was looking up for air fresheners for my car because I just got some. They have one that's a scent. One of the scents is Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Okay. I mean, that sounds
Can they use it? Is it?
No, I guess it's
must be
the same
trademarked.
scent.
Must be
Yeah,
trademarked,
it's the
yeah.
same
It
scent.
has
So,
to be, yeah.
so these companies are coming up with their own scents. Like
The Ritz is an example. That's a good example.
Yeah,
There.
Singapore Air has a certain scent that is literally
Yeah.
in every airplane,
Airplane, yeah.
on everything.
Makes
the
sense.
towels are sprayed with it. The seats, everything. Singapore Air has
so it's-
that.
As opposed to
scent.
American, where it smells like urinal
ass,
pucks.
just
Smells
you
like
know what it
urinal
smells like
pucks.
ass and anger.
It smells like they
and
left the bathroom
hairspray.
door open the whole time.
Well, I mean, if you ever go on an international flight, I mean, it's just so much
Sorry, the
more.
lavatory. The
yeah,
lavatory.
Yeah. So much more cleaner than, so much more organized and higher end. Like, I'm sure if you flew like Air Emirates, I've never flown Air Emirates. I'm sure if you flew something high end, it
Well,
would just be
yeah.
like a completely different.
Yeah, where it's
Experience.
actually a good airplane.
Yeah.
as opposed to like Southwest, which actually smells like your South End.
JetBlue, well, you wouldn't board the plane because you'd be kicked off because you couldn't check in your bag without an extra $50 fee.
I have to tell you guys, I have a very, very sensitive sense of smell.
Same here.
I can smell things that nobody else can smell way before it becomes like pungent. You know what I mean? Like I would
I would have a contest with you on that.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the same way.
I might get criticized so much in my family, and I'm not crazy. I know it, and I smell it. And then eventually when they have to try, and they're like, oh, yeah, okay, oh, yeah. I'm like,
But that's
to
why
me, it is just like,
Overwhelming.
so overwhelming, and they can barely smell it. I mean, and I'm just blown away. I'm like, how could you not smell that?
But that's why you guys are probably good chefs, because you have a discerning palate, which obviously smells a huge part of it. So when you're beta testing your new dish that you're making,
See, no, I'm not.
That could be.
No, I'm not good at that. I need other people to help me because I think.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what you like.
Well, you know what I don't like is things that have too much seasoning, like salt. I don't put salt in anything because I really like the taste of the garlic, the onions, the tomatoes, the celery. I mean, I relish that. Like when I make a sandwich, I don't put like mayo or anything on my sandwiches. I'll just put vegetables. I never or cheese because that to me washes everything. Like it just adds like salt and unnecessary sodium. So when I cook, Kelly's also always like, you need to add salt. You have to add salt. And I'm like, God damn it.
You can always do that at the end.
No, we do it at the end, of course. Yeah, but I'm just saying I don't do it during the process, and I think it tastes great. She's always, you need something on the front end. You need like salt or something in there. And I'm like, okay.
You know what? I could see that. I could totally see that. I've added a little bit more salt than I have recently. Yeah. But when I do salt, I do pepper, like kind of offset.
I pepper the shit out of stuff.
well, obviously I'm not chefs like you guys, but every time I read it,
You're not.
I read something about like someone making some dish. Salt is obviously a main ingredient in a lot
It's
of dishes.
big in restaurants. Butter
as much
and
as like
salt,
butter,
salted
lard,
butter,
anything
yeah.
with lard, butter,
Yeah.
it just tastes good. It's not good for you, but it tastes good. So I could see why a lot of restaurants slather their food in it.
Yeah, I
Obviously,
mean that's a big sensory thing, and it's a yeah. I mean everything has butter and salt, and it's all about the acid, the salt,
flavoring,
and the
yeah.
sweet.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I think were kind of ingrained to expect, right? Like there's certain things we've had so many times that without that particular thing, I think sometimes we get kind of lost in the fact that we can have something else besides that particular thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and that's why this whole the whole sense thing was just so. I mean, she wrote 100-page papers on all this stuff, and that I went through and doing different things. But yeah, it just kind of blew me away. Like the woman who went, she went scent shopping through Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. She was just like she went to one place and she's like, it was a great place. She goes, the problem was that there was some food place right next door, and the place that she was at, the store that she was at, just reeked of that, and you couldn't get. Like there was no experience because it just smelled like I think she said it was like a
hip.
Euro
That's like
place
the
or
mall
something.
smells like the hip smells like Cinnabon.
Well, you know why they do that? They want first floor by the doors.
Yeah, they pay. Yeah,
yeah. They have special places so that they could do.
Well,
all
if
that.
you've ever been inside like a Goodwill or Salvation Army, it smells like a thrift store. It smells like
It smells like I sent him my old underwear and socks. Yeah, Ted, because you know why?
yeah.
Yeah, because I sent him my old underwear and socks.
they're not concerned about that. But you know, you brought up she brought up McDonald's back in the early 2000s, and they were pumping in like a fruity smell in there because they thought it would trigger.
And you heard her say that it wasn't ethical, right? You heard that part.
It's not ethical because it's actually illegal. Like you're not allowed to do any type of subliminal marketing or advertising for any sensories, visual, anything like that. Subliminal advertising it's not illegal, but it's deemed unethical, which can make it illegal if it tricks somebody into doing something they didn't want to do. Then legally, you're responsible for that person's actions. So
Wait,
that's
are you saying the bar made me want to drink more?
So no, let me finish. So McDonald's was doing that fruity smell thing because they thought it triggered you to order more of their hamburgers or whatever. And you brought up the apple pies. Remember they had the apple pie?
Oh, those things are so disgusting.
So
God help
it's
us.
so funny you said that because I just told a story like 2 days ago. We were talking about that, and I said, I wonder if they still sell those. Because I remember I had one time, and the fucking thing was basically a lava pocket. It was so hot in the middle.
Yeah.
You couldn't eat it. I don't know how long you had to wait before you could actually bite into that fucking thing. And I didn't know, and I bit in that motherfucker, and it was like lava in my mouth.
And that made you buy more soda.
That actually probably, I don't know what it meant, more soda. Yeah. Exactly.
So it's working. See, you could just use heat. Just use heat and cold. And that's the perfect way to do it.
Yeah, well, part of the marketing too is to take something that's like kind of like a harmful product, but advertise it if it's harmless. As if here, remember Joe Camel, the cigarettes? You had a camel smoking a cigarette. Like, oh, it's a camel smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And
Camels are good.
and they were unfiltered cigarettes that talk about giving you lung cancer in a nanosecond. But if you look at the spokesperson for Camel, oh, it's just a camel, and he's
unfiltered actually tend to be.
Or the Marlboro Man, or Virginia Slims. There was always like an attractive woman, having a cigarette. And
You've come a long way,
I love
baby.
that.
You've come a long way, yeah. And you know what? You're so great as a woman. You can smoke now.
Speaking of like Marlboro Men and smoke, did you guys see that?
Oh God.
What?
Go ahead.
I don't know what he's going to say.
What am I going to say?
No,
have no
go
idea- I have
ahead.
no idea what
say
he's gonna
what
say.
you're gonna say.
He made it sound like he was.
No,
like,
I wanna know what you think I was gonna
He
say.
made it sound like because I have
Say
no idea
what you're gonna say.
I have no idea what you're going to say.
Say what you're gonna say.
No.
All right, then let's move on to Ted's tips because we got to do Ted's tips. Everybody loves it. We can't have a day without Ted's tips. Do you have a song for Ted?
Sure.
Okay, then sing it first. I'm going to do my sponsor after
Right now?
or later. I don't know.
Got a box full of letters. Think Ted might like to read. Some things that we might have read, but they're all addressed to Ted. Wish he had a lot of answers, 'cause that's the way it should be. For all these questions, he says, being directed at me. Ted just can't find the time to write his mind the way he wants us to read. All right, that's it.
Nice. I didn't necessarily get the.
Yeah, I know. You know.
What was that?
It's Wilco.
Oh, because I hate Wilco. Okay, good. So no,
You're
I
a
didn't.
loser.
I just wanted to know why I didn't recognize it. I hate Wilco. Yeah, there's not a Wilco
I
song
don't
I
think
like.
we could be friends.
Okay, that's all right. You know what? I'm going to talk about that later, so we don't have to be friends. It's okay. It's okay. And I can tell you how you can not be. I'm going to give you later at the end. My final thought will be how you can not be my friend anymore. Okay. Ted's Tips is sponsored by Arnie's Pancake House in downtown Topeka. Arnie's is proud to announce their grand reopening. Thanks to help from the local Boy Scout troop and the folks at the Senior Center, all the black mold is gone and the horse flies have been taken care of. To celebrate, Arnie's is offering a 2-for-1 deal on pancakes. So come on down to Arnie's Pancake House in downtown Topeka. It's safe to bring the whole family. Yay. All right, Ted. 187 times? 186 times? I'm going to ask you, are you ready for your tip?
I'm ready for this tip, yes.
Okay, this is dirty.
I know.
It's a dirty tip.
Little morally questionable tip.
It is morally questionable, and this is where we can tell what kind of person you are. Ted, I need some advice. I have a neighbor. She's very attractive, and I'm pretty sure she's making hints that she'd like to get together. She's married, but her husband is always traveling for work, and she complains about him quite a bit. I'm single. Should I go ahead and see if she wants to fool around? She's really good looking. By the way, second time he's mentioned that. I'm not concerned about the morality of it. I love our listeners. I'm not concerned about the morality of it. Just want your opinion if it's worth shitting in my own garden. Wilt 41, Seattle, Washington.
Didn't we talk about the upper Northwest? Didn't we say most of the serial killers are from the Northwest, or were they from Vegas or from Nevada or something?
Wilt does not seem like he wants to kill her.
Yeah.
He seems like he wants to do something else to her. But I'm not familiar with shitting. I guess
it's called don't shit where you eat. It's basically like don't.
Okay, don't.
No, but that's
shitting
different.
in your own garden.
I mean,
It's the same. It's the same concept.
Okay.
yeah, but
it's too close to home.
Feces is actually a compost.
It is.
A fertilizer.
Yeah.
So.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to take a full-on... I mean, compost is compost. Taking a full-on shit in your own garden probably sounds as bad as Wilt is making it sound.
You should be careful shitting in your own garden.
You should not shit in your own garden.
You don't know what's
All
going
right,
to
so
grow
Ted,
there.
help Wilt decide whether he should bang the neighbor broad or be a good person.
Okay. So putting the morality aside. Okay. Number one. I don't want to speak for most guys, but Wilt, is that like Wilt Chamberlain, by the way? Did he allegedly sleep with 20,000? Allegedly?
If he did, he wouldn't want to add one more. What was one
Exactly.
more?
Plus, he's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, and he's dead.
He's long
good.
dead.
And
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah. So here's the thing. First of all, Wilt, just because a woman acknowledges your existence doesn't mean she's interested in you. I know a lot of guys are starved for attention. So just because a woman looks your way and says hi doesn't mean she wants to sleep with you necessarily. So that's number one.
Okay, but hold on.
He said that
She's hold on.
She said hints.
She's been making hints that she'd like to get together.
Okay.
And she complains. He says her husband is always traveling, and she complains about him quite a bit.
Okay. Which the number one, there's not necessarily a correlation between her complaining about her husband, meaning that she wants to necessarily cheat on him. So just FYI, you got to understand psychology a little bit. So just because she says those things, she could just be venting.
Okay, let's just assume that she is.
Okay, let's assume she
Ooh,
is.
are we assuming?
Okay, a lot of assumptions. Okay, so my overall answer to you is I would say do not do it because, like I said, it's too close to home. If something goes wrong, if she has an epiphany and decides to confess her relationship with you, you don't know if this husband, what his tendencies are, because nothing, you don't know if he's the kind of guy that might just take a samurai sword or a gun and make his way next door, which sounds like you live right next door, and teach you a lesson, based on your lack of morality. Wilt, so just get a hooker.
Just get a hooker.
I mean, they'll talk to you, so.
Hold on, and that kind of makes sense. I don't know if you guys saw that the Charlie Sheen thing.
I didn't see it.
So I don't know if you guys know this. Charlie Sheen is the reason Heidi Fleiss got busted.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I heard
that was-
something about that, but it's been so long, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the madam, she was, for a little background, I think Heidi Fleiss was the infamous madam who was served,
Yeah,
who
the
was
Hollywood
madam, yeah.
Yeah,
Was
something
she
like
mad
that.
at him because he wanted to experiment with men?
I have no idea.
Is that what
but
happened?
She got mad because he paid with traveler's checks, and that's how she got busted. But she said, it was one of the funniest things she said. She's just like, she goes, if you think there's guys out there that are having sex and are not with prostitutes, you're wrong. She goes, guys are paying for it.
And the funny thing, Charlie Sheen was already getting all the women in the world. So if there's anybody who didn't need a paid for prostitute, it would be Charlie Sheen, right?
But it wasn't about paying for
Right,
sex.
and it
Yeah, I
was
don't
just-
think it was.
Wasn't he making at the time? Wasn't he the highest paid actor on TV? 2.5 Men. He's making $20 million a year.
Well, no, that was
Again,
after.
it's not.
Yeah, but still, he's Charlie Sheen.
No,
so I mean,
2.5 Men was way after
Right,
all this.
right. But
Like
the point
20
is-
years after.
So if Wilt doesn't have unlimited funds and can't afford a hooker,
yeah.
you're saying that he's got someone who wants to have sex with him right next door, or
Okay.
we'll say
Okay.
pretty close, and he should not do it.
I would say don't do it. Just forget the morality. Just logistically, I've been just thinking about what could go wrong.
He said he's not worried about the morality.
Yeah, I know.
So,
So,
I'd say
I'm,
forget
so I'm,
about
I'm throwing away the morality. I'm not talking about the moral part of it. I'm talking about the logistics of it. Realistic, like if something breaks
Statistically
bad.
speaking, it can't get any easier.
It literally cannot. No way
Right.
he's ever going to find a piece of ass less than 7 steps away from his
But
house.
you're saying that's a bad thing.
No, I'm just saying you can do what you want, but just remember this. I'm going to give you 2 pieces. I'm going to give you 2 pieces of advice, and you could interpret it. 2 pieces of advice, and you could interpret it any way you want. First piece of advice is play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Second piece of advice: fuck around and find out.
This is from experience,
And
by the way, Ted.
you could take your chances.
This is all from speaking from experience, right?
I feel like
and you can interpret
I
that any
don't
way you wish.
understand any. I don't
Exactly.
understand anything you just
Because
said.
you know what?
None of it made sense.
Because you know why? I'm talking to Wilt. I'm not talking to you.
Oh, so Wilt.
But now I'm talking to you.
Dude, if he doesn't care and she don't care,
then who cares?
Then wave your hands in the
Then who
air like
cares?
you don't care.
hey,
Well,
hey,
but
just blame
no,
the husband.
You know who does care? The guy who's going to come home from his business trip
Yeah.
at some point in the future. He
but
might
it's
care.
his fault. It's his fault because he works for a living.
Yeah.
So this is how this is.
So
This is what she's saying. Is her wife?
You're right.
He's saying he's getting signals from her, and then she's always complaining about him because he works. And
Yeah, actually, no. Well, you're right. You should go for it because what's going to happen is when the husband comes home and thinking, "I've been busting my ass for this ungrateful, unfaithful woman who's now having an affair with the neighbor who you're apparently home all day too. You know, because she's home all day apparently. So you both are. Seems
I
like
don't
you're
think they necessarily have to be home all
right,
day.
but it seems like
He
there's
could
more. It's more of
he
an
could work
opportunity.
from home. He could be an OnlyFans guy. I don't know.
So this
he could
guy's
be a plumber.
This guy's going to come home. This guy's going to come home, and let's just say somehow he gets wind of your affair. I know you think you're probably pretty clever, but let's just say he gets wind of your affair, and then the clearance on his Void card comes in. Then those 2 pieces of advice I just gave you might come to fruition. But
I will say-
throwing the morality aside,
or the husband's into it.
unless he's a cuck. What's that word? The
Bum, 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 bum.
cuckold, the guy who likes to watch his wife,
He's going to go over there and everything's going to be on tape.
nanny cam, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah,
So you're
I will
saying-
say this: if this is a good advice here. If you are going to partake in this
Videotape
taboo affair, do it at your place, not hers.
Absolutely. So the husband can't walk in.
Or they're not. There's fucking cameras. You don't know.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
Or just in the abundance of caution, just find your way to like a local motel that's outside the zone of comfort. Just so
says the guy who says don't do it. Don't
Yes.
listen to Ted.
No, but I'm saying but I'm going just piggybacking what Mark said. If you are
course
going to
you
do it,
are. Of course you are.
don't do it in your own backyard.
No,
if
that
you are
would
gonna
be.
do it.
Listen, the neighbors. I can tell you right now.
So
the
Ted's
neighbors,
saying don't do it in.
There's a neighbor right now who is watching the two of them talk whenever they
Yeah,
talk.
and I'm sure that's not
Wait,
going to.
when you say your own backyard, you're saying he should do it in the garden where he doesn't want to shit. So they should
Wait,
not do it in the backyard.
Sex in the garden is cool. Shitting in the garden.
Don't do it in your own personal little space there.
Yeah,
wherever
that's
your
probably
neighbors are. Yeah.
Wilt here.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
where he
only
does his best
good
work.
advice.
That's where he does his best work.
Yeah, and then like you said,
Wilt's got that room set up with
Yeah.
the fucking mirror on the
Swing
ceiling.
in
He's
the
got
mirror.
the he's
He's got
got the
the
Mark
lava
he's got the
lamp, yeah.
Mark Grace apartment set up.
yeah, and let's
He's got
assume
the
Mark
scent.
Grayson room.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got the sexy scents.
Yeah.
He's got the flashing lights that Mark likes.
Let's assume 2 things. Let's assume that no neighbors in the area are watching you develop this ongoing discourse with this woman.
you know they
and,
are.
and that information is not going to percolate to the husband, or that the wife's going to have an epiphany and she's going to get pissed drunk one night after she drinks a bottle of Boone's Farm and says, "Honey, I ought to have something to tell you. You know that neighbor across the
Now
street?
we're going. Now this is like you're taking to another level.
We had sex." And then you better hope this guy is not a lunatic. You know,
Okay,
'Cause
no,
you know,
no, I could see.
Here's what Ted's saying. There's a chance that she could tell her husband,
Definitely.
or there's a chance that the husband could find out.
Yeah.
This is what are you saying? Of course.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with anything.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes, take your chances.
He knows that she can tell him or that he can find out.
Sure.
He's not stupid.
Anything's possible.
So he's weighed. I'm sure Wilt's weighed all this. And if she's willing, he's willing.
Wilt.
And he's asking you,
Bang her
if
in the
he
front
should.
room.
And
Open
you're-
the curtains and bang her in the front
My
room.
advice is not worth
You're
it.
telling him not to do it because the husband might find out. He already knows that. That's not a reason why not to do it.
Not finding out what he's going to do after he finds
Yeah,
out.
but I'm sure he knows.
End result.
Yeah, the end result.
I'm sure he's aware of.
No, we don't know that.
No, I mean,
We don't
he's
know.
not
He's not a
stupid.
moron.
He
I mean,
knows she has
He knows
a
who
husband,
O.J.
Ted.
Simpson is.
Yeah. It's not going to...
And they were already separated.
I just read about the O.J. Simpson case, the second thing, and they said
Divorced.
And they said, by the way, Ron Goldman fought like hell before he died. So don't underestimate the jealous. Don't underestimate a jealous man.
Who was there?
What a jealous man might do. With the real killers, obviously.
Oh yeah,
The real killers.
Whoever actually killed him, not OJ.
Yeah.
The other.
I
guy.
called the hotline. It's disconnected, but I still
Yeah.
called.
What if I did it by OJ? Yeah, that's okay. All right, that's cool. No, that's Ted. That's solid advice.
Good luck in your future endeavors.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, Wilt? I don't say this to many people, but if you could just sneak us a message and let us know if you banged her, that would be awesome, man.
Yeah, I don't think we've
Whatever
never,
you decide.
We've
That
never
would be-
received.
We
We've never
probably
received a
do, and I
follow-up.
don't pay enough attention. We probably do.
We'll hear from Wilt before we hear from the garage people, the garage door people. Remember?
Oh, the painted garage.
yeah.
It was so long ago. There's so many emails. I got to go through and look at that. At some point, I got to go through and look at that. Okay.
You should have a different email address for
Like a
that.
follow-up one?
Yeah, if you
I
want.
got to create a follow-up email address? Okay. Holy shit. Okay. Well, I mean, it's not like I don't have 17 email addresses already, so it doesn't really matter.
Matt's
All
got
right.
15 burner email addresses.
He's got a phone.
Just-
he's got a phone.
just for the-
He's got a phone farm in his.
Just for the show. Literally just for the show. Okay. Before we get out of here, a doctor from Innova Scar Cancer Institute did a study, and guess what? Marathon runners are more likely to have colon cancer.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Why is that?
Yeah. The extreme training diverts blood from the gut and digestion, and everything gets all fucked up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's
How does it
interesting.
turn into cancer?
I guess because they're not going to the bathroom for long periods of time. And it's kind of, it's like not, so as they run, this is what I got. As they run, all that stuff that goes into digesting doesn't. It goes into fueling the body because they run for long periods of time. And that leads to a higher instance of colon
What
cancer.
about the Ethiopians?
They're all dead. They literally win a race, and within a few weeks, dead.
I don't think it affects them much.
Well,
They're
They
done
don't
like
eat
in an
much.
hour. They're done in like 90
Well,
minutes.
just like studies have shown that if you masturbate consistently, you can avoid getting prostate cancer. So Matt, you
Free of prostate cancer.
No, but back to
I
the
freed
mar-
myself 3 times today, by the way.
back to the marathon thing is, I think I actually, I mean, I could picture that and understand the stress on the body, but
Yeah.
think about this. Some of these runners they're done in less than 2 hours.
Yeah, but it's a
So-
training.
What's the training? You know,
It's a training.
because you're training 5 days
You're
a week.
training.
Yeah.
Nobody runs more than a few miles when you're training for a marathon. You don't run 20 miles or 15
But you do it
miles.
constantly all the time. I
but
think that's
like
part of the
5
problem.
miles
Yeah, but you're doing it every single day,
exercising.
all the time. Well, that's the
You don't
one
run
thing.
every day when you train for a marathon.
Well, whatever they're doing.
No, I get it, but what about these guys and girls and people that run the ultra marathons? Do you see those 100
that's-
milers?
they were
The
talking
100
about
that is insane.
No, that's part of it. Marathoners, ultra marathoners, super long distances.
Tour de
yeah.
France, those guys.
Oh, look what happened to
Well, that was
Lance
that was
Armstrong's
a-
testicle.
Just get a
Those
full
were sacks,
just get a
yeah.
full blood transfusion during the between stages. Will be all right. You know.
Yeah, but one of the things, and it was kind of funny, the guy who put it together and wrote it all up, it was actually a couple guys, and they stressed this is not an excuse to not exercise. They said just run. If you want to run, just run shorter and don't run all the time. But they're like, you absolutely, there's definitely a correlation between good health and exercise, and not take this as a sit on the couch and don't do anything bullshit thing. So I'm just throwing that out there, letting you know. Just letting you know. Oh, and one last thing. This is impossible, but since June of this year, Italy is averaging 3 deaths a day of hikers using their trails on their mountains.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
People who are hiking, they're averaging 3 deaths a day.
Just from like exhaust,
What
like
do
a
you mean using their trails? What do you
That
mean?
are hiking
trails-
the
the hiking
mountains.
trails in the
hiking
Italian
mountains.
Alps,
Yeah,
yeah.
I guess it's been. They have really high mountain ranges.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I guess it's been crazy hot.
Yeah.
And people who aren't necessarily
Yeah.
conditioned to do this have been doing it, so you want to get to the cooler temperatures. So they think it's a stroll in the park, but I guess it's actually pretty treacherous. They're dying of dehydration, hypothermia, falling. Lots
Yeah.
of people are falling, and heart attacks, those type of things.
Yeah. Yeah, well, think about it. You got people who are untrained, and now you're doing this like arduous hike, and
Yeah. So it ends
you
up
know,
being a lot harder than they think.
yeah, of course, yeah.
But they've had more deaths in like 2 months than they have in like 4 years combined.
I mean, isn't that the worst way to go? You go on, you pay money to go on vacation, and then you like die on vacation doing something that's
ziplining.
and honestly, Hiking just seems like the most unfun thing ever. Just like it just seems like
It really does. I mean, if
can't you just Google Earth it? Just see. Okay,
Hiking
cool.
doesn't seem fun. You don't like hiking?
once
Well,
or
I mean,
twice,
but not for like hours on end. I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
What was that guy we talked to yesterday? He goes, yeah, we went on vacation this weekend to Dork County. He goes, we played golf, and then we went on a 60-mile bike ride.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how was that? The
Only
worst.
some people participate in that. Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah, he quit after 9 miles. I think.
Yeah, I mean, a fucking 60-mile bike ride? That's
His-
like 59 miles too long.
His friend Mike, his quads like exploded. Like, yeah,
Like he pulled a muscle? Or?
he was.
No.
Yeah, like I don't know what he said. He said something that, but he actually put like all the blood like rushed up, you know, because he's not in good shape anymore.
No, I saw that guy. He's not in good
Yeah,
shape.
no, he used to be in good shape, but he's not. But he did the whole 67 miles, and his like his
crazy.
So yeah, his he had a.
Could you just make it like 20 miles? Isn't 20 miles like 30 miles?
Isn't 10 way more than enough?
Yeah, I mean,
what are you going to see? Wherever you're going. 5 miles there, 5 miles back. Oh, I missed that. Yes, where's the beer?
I think from the Forest Preserve here to like Botanic Gardens is like 20 miles. That seems like forever.
My cousin's husband was doing those ultra marathons for a good number of years. He
Biking
ran,
or running?
Running.
Ugh.
He ran. He participated at least 20 of them for the better part of 10, 12 years.
No, I mean, you got to be in great shape for that. You know, off trail running, that's got to be the hardest. Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
That's
Ted,
killer.
think about it. 100 miles in like, I don't know, what were they doing them in like 2 or 3 days, and you would camp, and so you'd run like 20 some miles a day, sometimes more, and then
Yeah, he run like 12 hours.
dude, the things that he experienced pain wise, like the blisters, the cramping, it just goes on and on and on.
It sounds like so much fun.
it's horrible. I mean, you get to a state of euphoria, I think, and you just I don't know what's going
Runner's
on.
high.
You get
Yeah,
a,
it's high, yeah.
but you get when you finish an ultra marathon, you get a belt buckle.
I'll buy him Ted, I'll buy you 2 fucking belt buckles.
No,
Never
but
run.
you know how you get a medal when you run a marathon? These are ultra marathons. You get it's actual a belt buckle.
I think kids get a medal now just for showing up to games. So maybe just show up to the marathon, take your belt buckle, get in your car, and go home.
Yeah, when I learned about those things, whatever it was 20 years ago, I could not believe it.
No,
I couldn't believe it. And then, yeah,
I could not either. Okay, one last thing, a quick quiz. How many mattresses are thrown into landfills every day?
2.
Excellent guess.
What countrywide?
Yeah, countrywide.
I'm gonna say 50,000.
Fucking A. How did he do it?
Countrywide.
50. How the fuck would you even guess that number? That's a ridiculous number.
You know, you have one more. You have one final thing. You said it like 10 times. Is there another final thing?
That's it, you fucking cocksucker. How would you possibly get that 50,000?
Dude, you know how much time
I should have
Ted
just said
spends-
60. I should have just said 60.
You know how much time
I just
Ted
wanted to-
spends at the dumps? Yeah. He does the math. He can do the
I just
math.
wanted you to stop talking.
That mattress isn't good enough. And he's there all the time.
Yeah.
All day long, waiting. 50,000 different
At
mattresses.
one point, he thought it was a
27?
mattress store.
Yeah.
27.
And I was laughing because when I looked at that, they had a thing that as you read down, Martha Stewart said, "Don't throw your mattress away, donate it." I'm just like, yeah. Here's what I want to do. I want to lay in Ted's cum. I want to lay in Ted's sweat and shit and cum. That's what I want to do. I'm not just going
I
to
don't
go.
think there's any cum in his bed. Probably shit and sweat.
Yeah.
What am I like at hospice or something? Jesus Christ.
All right. We got to do last thoughts. Oh, I'm sorry, Ted. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I'm good.
Thank you. Thank you. Excellent. Not Ted's cum. All right. Last thoughts. Teddy, you go first.
Well, in honor of our guest, I'm going to say, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? I mean, I couldn't think of anything else. I mean, it seems spot on.
How much of that tequila did you have?
Did you eat the worm?
Apparently not enough.
Did you eat the worm?
He ate the brain. You know what? That one had. I think that had RFK Jr.'s brain worm in it. Holy shit, Teddy!
fucking guy.
I am not. I'm going to take that bottle. I'm going to hide the bottle. Teddy was not drinking Crown today. It was just a nice, healthy glass, about 7 fingers of tequila. No, what's it? No,
Mezcal.
Mezcal.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing. All right, Mark. Last thought.
I'm good. I don't know what to say.
Close enough.
Yeah, I don't have a final thought. Man.
Okay, good, because it'll make this much more poignant. All right, very quickly, I will say this. Charlie Kirk was killed last week. I am not even remotely sad about it. He preached hate, misogyny, racism, homophobia, and did it all behind the shield of the Bible, like knowing Scripture what made what he said okay. I personally, has nothing to do with these two or the show, believe that the world is a better place without him and people like him in it. The really disturbing part is many people I see on a daily basis were fans of his and said shit like he was a national treasure and it was a great loss. For all those people who feel that way, I'm sorry to say I can't be friends with you anymore. I will say hi to you. I might even play golf with you, but we aren't friends. I'm going to spend my time being happy and positive, and I'm going to leave all that other shit in the rearview mirror. If you feel the same way, I will meet you at Howard Street for a beer whenever you want. With that said, we have a ton more awesome guests. I really enjoyed talking to Tianyi. She was really awesome. Keep listening, keep enjoying, and we'll see everybody next week.